Taurus, it's Romy. Thank you so much for joining me on the channel. It's your February 24 soul story. If you've got a sun rising or moon in the sign, you might find that this reading resonates for you, helps you to navigate your way through the month as you tune into the insights. So we're opening up this month with the King of Wands for you. And there is this feeling of drive and discipline and determination. Now, it might not be so readily accessible for you immediately as you move into the month. It might just take a little bit of time to sort of find the rhythm of it. But in this activation of your 10th house, many of you will be placing a firm focus around your work and your career, your aspirations, your ambitions, and what it's going to take, how you're going to move some of these intentions and plans forward into something real and tangible. You have a very enterprising, creative mind through the month of February, and that will serve you well. But the thing that this month is also going to do for you, if you allow it, is that there is a strong healing current moving through the month, particularly in the second half of February. And so especially where you're considering how to expand and evolve, how to make shifts and changes so that you can start to really tap into potential or to realize something that's long been burning brightly for you, or indeed might be something really fresh and new on the horizon. And this healing is going to show you, here's all of the ways that you've held yourself back with this. And for many of you, there'll be an awareness of what those are. It's not going to be like a huge surprise, but getting to a deeper root, but also finding a solution and being able to face something, have the conversation. And a big part of that for you this month, Taurus, I feel, is where you are making a decision to stop creating the stories in your mind about what you think things mean or where you think things are going. And I know you know what I'm talking about, right? You have a conversation with somebody or something is unfolding, and in those quiet moments as you go about your day, you're overthinking it to the degree that you are adding more and more and more to this situation without really seeing how it unfolds and giving it time to naturally present itself to you. You are pre-paving with intention what you think it means, and that can get us in all sorts of trouble. And it also puts us in a place where we can then start to either prevent ourselves from moving forward, talk ourselves out of things, or start to create blocks where there aren't any. And so this is a big part of how February is going to be helping. It's going to show you where you're doing this. It's going to help you to start to rein that in a little bit and seek the clarity to get clear on things so that you can face them, you can feel them, and therefore heal them in order to be able to move forward in this career and purpose path. Or, for those of you not focused intentionally around work, just how you make an impression, how you make your mark in the world, how you feel good about who you are, the things that you're doing, and what matters in your life. Yeah. The route to the next level is always in the parts that we're avoiding. Nine of Cups comes through here and says that yes, this is the right approach, and actually with consistency, with a little bit of bravery, we are going to start to see some real traction through the course of February. This drive, discipline and determination, however it shows up, will start to help you see. And a big thing for you in February, Taurus, I feel, is about the unlearning. Yeah? What do you want to unlearn? Because that's going to be as liberating and as rewarding as the things that you want to continue to learn and invest your time in. That's part of that shadow work. It's part of the thing that's going to help you to move forward and ultimately get one of these wishes and desires to show itself to you in a way that you can truly receive it and accept it and say, yes, this is happening. Now we have Mercury shifting into Aquarius on the 5th of the month. And, we're going to be working in February with the whole stellium of energy in the sign. So again, this 10th house is really lit up, which means that there's achievement and recognition coming your way. And, I think you're going to be asking, who speaks my language? Everything and everyone has a divine time and place. And we kind of have to honor the season that we're in with those. And some battles, are not won by fighting them. And I kind of feel like you sort of almost taking a step back and withdrawing away from the experiences and situations and people that just feel like they're not really in your corner, and you know, maybe up to now you felt obligated or duty bound to sort of maintain some degree of communication or continue the status quo. But something about February that's just helping you in Aquarius season to say, you know what, time to do things differently, and time to sort of shake things up a little bit. And you know, this idea that there's a different version of you that exists in the mind of every single person, and often very loosely based on a reality, you know, kind of gives you permission in a way to say, well, I just need to do me, actually. Now we've got Venus trining Uranus on the 7th, so there's some surprise news and information. You've got the Wheel of Fortune coming in here. I really like this first run of energies showing up for February. This sort of unexpected, fated intervention, if you like, in that first week or so of February, meant to highlight and reveal something to you. Universe wants you to say yes to something. You may feel you're not in a position to do so. However, if you resist it, as we arrive at that new moon in Aquarius on the 9th, which is squaring Uranus, you're going to feel the pressure. You're going to feel the pressure point. And, you know, the truth is, I think deep within you, you actually want to do this. You know, there's a part of you that's curious and interested, even if a bit fearful or uncertain about how this could play out, how it could work. And it's okay if you still can't see how it will happen yet, because there's a momentum here and there's a change that's inevitable. Now we have Jupiter that aligns with the Wheel of Fortune, of course, still in your sign until May. So more to play out for you in terms of how things are expanding and evolving, and some of the benevolence of, you know, gifts showing up unexpectedly. So there's a lot of good stuff still on the horizon, and I feel like February wants to kind of get you back in the mindset of that truth so that you can make those bold choices and sort of give yourself a chance to say, you know what, I need to explore this opportunity. And, you know, there will be opportunity this month, but again, linked in with this healing, it's like, what can we unlearn? What do we need to see that's preventing us? So even if we said yes to this opportunity, we're going to also continue to try to make it mean something or limit it in some way based on our past experience. So we want to say yes, but we also at the same time want to make sure that we're in a more open-minded place and our energy is more receptive than it's ever been. And that requires us to do some of the work. So it's also a kind of complex month in that way, because it's asking us to sit back and reflect and process, but at the same time keep taking action and allow that movement and growth. And right on that new moon, of course, on the 10th, we've got the Year of the Dragon being celebrated. Chinese astrology, movement, growth, direction, focus, helping, as I said, with that drive, discipline and determination. You might want to check out my Dragon Guided Soul Journey over on the website, just to help you connect in with your own dragon guides. It'll be a beautiful experience to support you this month. 7 of Coins. I know you've got choices and options that you're considering in regards to jobs, careers. Again, it might come as a surprise. Somebody might approach you. You might have an interesting conversation that sparks something. You might already be in the process of trying to look at promotion or interview for something, considering your own business, branching out, pivoting. There's major kind of reevaluations taking place in regards to this for you. There's some aspect of where you're at right now that's still causing you discontent and a lack of patience in a way in regards to when is this going to happen? You know, maybe I've been promised something or I expected something to happen much sooner, but the yield is on its way. The harvest time hasn't forsaken you, is what I want to say, Taurus. So it's sort of a energy of perseverance. And again, mindfully recognizing where you're creating stories, you know, so you don't see something or something isn't as you wish it to be, and all of a sudden you've taken that and you've started to make it bigger and bigger and bigger, and then all of a sudden it's kind of infiltrating all other areas of your life, and before you know it, you're using language that's so far removed from the reality of actually where you are, your progress and what's coming in for you. Okay, so this is a big month where you see how much you get in your own way, is what I'm being shown. I like the 7 of Coins because I think there's offers, opportunities and interesting conversations that are going to lead somewhere coming through this month for you. Hierophant. what we learn and what we do with it. Now, as we approach that mid-month, coming into Valentine's, it'll be an interesting time whether you celebrate or not, because, you know, the stellium of energy in Aquarius is saying, okay, now we've got the motivation to do things differently. We want to stand out. We want to be unique. And so you'll have some originality coming in around that time in the ideas or the approaches or the attitudes that you're adopting. And, you know, as we make our way into Sun shifting into Pisces, we've got this beautiful conjunction with Venus and Mars on the 22nd, right on the 222 portal, big relationship issues coming front and center. You have commitment strongly on your mind. Yeah, so some kind of discussion around commitment in one form or another, whether that's directly in a romantic relationship, a commitment to an investment, you know, perhaps buying a house, getting engaged, you know, maybe there's a commitment from a business transaction perspective, you know, but whatever it is that's going on in key relationships, the motivation underpinned by this sense of I need more because Venus is saying, here's my value. Yeah, this is my value. And in Aquarius, and I want to be recognized and seen for how unique I am, what I bring to the table, and, you know, being able to drive that forward. So yeah, really interesting time in and around that part of the month. Of course, not missing out on this really important exact aspect with the North Node in Chiron on the 19th, sort of phasing through to the 25th, and action for healing needing to happen. Very, you know, rare aspect to give us opportunity to take our power back. You know, it can often be viewed as like a kind of healing through crisis, but this is why I'm saying the advancement and progression that you're seeking, you know, the learning and the wisdom that's attained can only go so far unless we sort of address that shadow aspect, the parts we're trying to avoid. You do that this month, it's shown to you, and therefore you break through that ceiling and you're able to kind of get to that next level because of it. Okay, so really important time that will also, by the way, call out where there is victim energy, either within you or within the key connections and relationships that are a part of your world and highly influencing how you're set to progress through this year and beyond. All of this ultimately for you this month is about, you know, breaking free, finding a greater degree of oxygen in your life, having the courage to kind of follow a path that maybe feels like less traveled. 3 important components to that being shown here, all very much connected. It sort of feels like it's phased in 3 parts. Not necessarily through the month of February, more kind of spanning over the course of 2024, but the first phase well and truly getting underway in the month of February, okay? And, you know, you're on the precipice of that change, you know, because you've been willing and able to say yes to some of the opportunities showing up. Now we've got the Virgo full moon coming in on the 24th. Venus is going to square Jupiter. Again, a pressure point being felt here, backed into a corner a little bit, needing to ask for more, feeling uncomfortable to do so, but understanding that you can't learn and grow and evolve unless you're given the opportunity to do so. So however that translates in the areas of your life that it's affecting, you know, you need to be able to kind of fess up, to acknowledge, to reveal your truth, so to speak. Now, Virgo, of course, can be a little judgmental, overly critical, but it does help us to drill right down into the details so we don't miss a thing. And the revelations around that time are also going to be highly insightful in terms of how your physicality is affected by the choices and decisions that you're making, or how certain people impact your energy. So you'll get a real clear awareness of who's draining you, even if you're not necessarily seeing them on a regular basis. If someone's constantly tuning into you, you know, you can feel the depletion of that. So there's this awareness of your energetic hygiene being kind of brought up around that full moon as well. Again, part of the healing, part of the energy mastery, if you like, that's going to be required for you to be able to proceed and know, this is how I take care of me. This is how I take care of the things that matter to me. And without that kind of being dealt with in the background, your capacity to be able to embark upon the fool's journey and sort of really take that big leap is going to be not thwarted, but certainly challenged, because you just haven't dealt with stuff behind you. And that will kind of come back around. and make you falter. And you know, you're not meant to, okay? If you don't tell them how you feel, they're going to assume that they know what's going on with you. So it's important this month that you have those hard conversations, and they will certainly be the prelude to the breakthrough that you are looking for in those important areas of your life, okay? You know, one day you're going to recognize how hard it was and how brave you were to take it on. And sometimes we don't really fully appreciate it when we're in the moment. We just kind of keep powering through. But you'll be able to find that ability to be able to really recognize and be super proud of yourself for what it is that you do this month, how you show up for yourself. And I really feel you getting to the end of February and going like, well, that wasn't easy, but it was necessary and it was worth it. And that's where that drive, that discipline and that determination comes through. And it really does yield this experience of being able to celebrate and receive something that really helps on the heart level for you to feel a deep sense of joy. Yeah, there's some real happiness and, you know, beautiful moments coming in here. So those enterprising ideas and solutions, like, you need to take them and run with them, because they're helping to shape a lot of experiences. And have no doubt, like, a lot of, like, it's like a ripple effect, you know. So you might only be really focusing on one key thing in the month of February, you know, within your career, your purpose perhaps, or maybe specifically relationships. But once you resolve something within that, it's going to have such a big impact on all of the other areas of your life. You'll really feel that in February. You'll be like, wow, I didn't realize to the degree that this was affecting me in everything. Yeah. So if you're new to the channel, Taurus, our last 3 cards we cover in my extended reading. Talk for another 30 minutes or so. We'll go deeper into this read, and we'll also look at a personal question and a relationship card for you. You can find the link in the comment and description box underneath. I'm just clarifying these cards to see the direction we'll take that reading in for you. 2 of Pentacles, High Priestess coming in. All the decks I use always listed below. 8 of Cups and the Star, lovely. 6 of Wands, nice. 7 of Cups. 4 of Swords, 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords, there's that creating stories, yeah, about what you think it means. Another Fool. Emperor. 6 of Cups. Okay, let's have a look at the Life Soul Vision Oracle, which is my own deck. Please do check it out over on my website, along with other gifts to soothe your soul and ways to work with me. Full Moon, Soulful Surrender. The Wishing Tree, along with the 9 of Cups, is a beautiful combination. Solstice, Celestial Stillness. Mirrors of the Mind. Guide and the Gift. Spirit Owl. Okay, Taurus, we'll have a look at one more oracle for you. Look at this message in our extended reading. You have the grandmothers, remember your roots perspective, trust the weavings. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. I hope you'll join me for the extended. Have a beautiful month of February, and I'll see you again next time. Take care.